I felt the need to make this video because a lot of guys just aren't taking advantage of the opportunities that are right in front of their face. I used to be really bad at this. There were a lot of things that I wanted to do, a lot of just like goals that I wanted to reach and things that I wanted to do, but I'd stop myself from actually doing them just because I wasn't resourceful. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. If you want to level up as a guy, if you want to reach like higher levels, essentially, you need to become resourceful, because if you're not resourceful, you're just not going to make progress, and you're constantly going to just be keeping yourself or forcing yourself to stay stuck. Practically how this played out earlier into my life is I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to make a lot of money, just like doing business stuff, because I thought that sounded like a lot of fun. I didn't want to go like the traditional 9 to 5 route, because I thought that was just not only boring, but just like takes a lot of like the life energy and just zest out of your life. And I just wanted to live a better life. The idea of becoming an entrepreneur rather than just like the average 9 to 5 worker, even if it was a lot riskier, I just wanted to do that way more than just being stuck in a 9 to 5 job. And I feel like it's the same way for a lot of guys maybe watching this. The problem that I was facing though is I would be constantly waiting until I had better conditions until I started. Like the businesses that I was looking to get into, it would require having an LLC and a bunch of capital and just like all these different things which I didn't have, essentially, mentors, whatever. And I'd constantly give myself that excuse, like, yeah, it's only because I don't have the money or I don't know the right people that I can't be an entrepreneur yet. But, once I actually get those things, then I can actually like really get into it. By the way, a very easy way to spot if you're not being resourceful is just checking, okay, am I procrastinating on doing something that I really want to do just because I feel that I don't have something yet? Even if it sounds really logical and rational in your mind, you're probably just not being resourceful enough. Whatever you're trying to achieve, it doesn't actually require that much. If you want to like start an online business, all it really requires is having a phone or an internet connection, laptop internet connection, because, the internet has opened up so many opportunities to us. If you're really out of shape and you're trying to level up that area of life, a lot of guys will try to convince you, oh, you absolutely need a gym and all these supplements and to get a personal trainer and just like all of this extravagant stuff. And while that stuff may be helpful, you absolutely do not need it. You can make a significant amount of progress just doing body weight workouts at home. And even if you don't have the highest quality food, and even if you don't have all this access to resources, you can still make a lot of progress. But a lot of guys just won't tell you this because, it's not profitable. It's more profitable to say, oh yeah, you need to get a gym membership and, buy my coaching because, that'll help you more. And I'm not saying that doing any of that is wrong. It's just that a lot of guys just don't know how much opportunity is right in front of their face, but they're just not taking advantage of it. And even though I have gotten better and trained my mind to become more resourceful, I still have to admit that there's some areas of my life where I'm just not as resourceful, and I've had to like actually like think about this and be like, okay, I need to stop thinking this way, essentially. In the area of dating and relationships, I kind of just had the idea to myself, okay, you know what? I'm not going to, really go out and put myself out there because, all the girls around me, they're degenerate anyway. There's no high quality women around me. So I'm just going to wait until I have more money and just I'm more successful, essentially, and then be able to, talk to these high quality women. But the truth that I was avoiding is that there's high quality women like out there pretty much everywhere. You just have to look for them and like be able to vet them. Sure, it may be easier to do this when you have way more status, way more money, and just like more attractiveness, but you can still just use where you're at right now and just use the resources that are available to you and make progress in that area. If there's some area of your life that's lacking and you've been giving yourself this excuse, which may sound very logical, I'm very prone to this. You may be like kind of a more intellectual guy, and you can very easily convince yourself and like rationalize these behaviors and not taking action because, oh, it's because of this reason, oh, it's because of that reason, I'll just wait until later, kind of procrastinate. The truth is, just like ask yourself, is it actually true that this excuse is valid, or am I just not being resourceful enough? Like, and be honest with yourself, because, I may be wrong. Just like ask yourself and come to the truth on your own terms, I suppose. Because I know for certain I could have made way more progress earlier on if I had just asked myself this question and answered it honestly. What I want you to hear from this video is to come out of it just becoming more resourceful in your mindset and just the way that you think. Instead of waiting for the perfect circumstances like everybody else is doing, just start right now. Use the resources that you have right now. Even if it isn't perfect, it's never going to actually be perfect. You have to just start from where you're at and just keep building, figuring things out. That's just the way that it is. Because if the conditions were perfect and everything were aligned, it would be too late or it just wouldn't be worth it. Remember, if you want your life to change for the better, it starts with you. Peace out.